Mr. Speaker, the Respect for Marriage Act provides additional stability for the millions of American married couples and families that have ordered their lives around the constitutional guarantee of marriage equality. It has nothing to do with a tax on abortion clinics. It has nothing to do with a tax on so-called pregnancy crisis centers. It has to do with marriage. This legislation repeals an unconstitutional and discriminatory statute that the court has effectively rendered inoperative, but which remains on the books. It is time to repeal this abhorrent law and fix the mistake that Congress made a generation ago while we reinforce and cement current law. And as I pointed out before, the Obergefell decision is a decision of the Supreme Court. If that decision is not overturned, this bill is unnecessary but harmless. If that decision is overturned, this bill is crucial. And we don't know what this court is going to do. Despite what Justice Alito said, Justice Thomas suggested that the decision on gay marriage ought to be overruled. And we've seen this court overrule well-settled precedent in Dobbs. So who can be confident that the court will not repeal will not overturn the Lawrence decision, or rather the Obergefell decision? Who can be confident of that? The answer is no one. And as to the gentleman from Ohio's comment that the people in, I think he said 33 states or whatever, have decided that gay marriage should not be, and it should be up to the people of each state, that's absurd. You can't be married, and that's why we have one of the provisions of this bill. You can't be married in Texas and not be married in New York, or vice versa. You can't lose your marriage status by crossing a state line. So this legislation is very necessary to make sure that people have the right to remain married, that people have the right to get married, that gay couples, I should say, have the right to get married, have the right to stay married. And that's why leading national organizations have endorsed the bill, including the ACLU, the Equality Federation, Family Equality, Freedom for All Americans, GLAAD, the Human Rights Campaign, Lambda Legal, the Leadership Conference for Civil and Human Rights, the National Black Justice Coalition, the National Center for Lesbian Rights, the National Women's Law Center, and PFLAG. They know what's going on. They know what's at stake. This is a long overdue bill, and I urge my colleagues to support it. And with that, I yield back the balance of my time.